4 points right off the gate, and then we'll elaborate on these. So if you remember nothing else from this shtick, number one, go to practicescore.com. Practicescore.com is a website that is a hub for signing up for matches all around the country. You can search where matches are in your region, sign up for them, and then go and do the damn thing. And then what's really cool with action pistol shooting, like IDPA and USPSA, is after the match, you get the results, and there's a crap load of data. You can see where you placed on each stage, your percentage relative to the first place person, so on and so forth. So practicescore.com. Number two, training resources that I would just say right off the gate, dry fire, baby. Get dry fire material from Steve Anderson or Ben Stager. I'm not sponsored by either of these guys. I'm just a working class shtick like most of us, but I have found immense benefit from the Steve Anderson and Ben Stager podcasts. They're free, and both those guys have books that are about $30. I really like this one, Get to Work. It's from Steve Anderson. Dry fire, which we'll get into quite a bit in the end, is really where you can get a lot of value, and it costs $0 per round. There's a lot of good content on the internet, both YouTube and Instagram. And the opposite's also true. But Stager, Steve Anderson, Bob Vogel, JJ Racaza, Rob Epifania, and Charlie Perez, all, if you type those names in the Google machine or any of those outlets, you're going to get some great content on dry fire for free. Number three, Humble Marksman, the Humble Marksman YouTube channel. Dave Blanton is his real name. He has a great channel with product reviews and stuff, but he has a 2-part series YouTube on how to get into competition pistol shooting. Anyone who's watching this and is like, boy, I really want to do this, go watch those 2 videos by Humble Marksman. They're going to answer a lot of questions that are not necessarily intuitive when it comes to little nuances like, where is the safe table? How do I not break 180? What do I do when I show up? So that's a good resource. And then the fourth thing, we kind of talked about this already, so I won't harp on it too much. Have fun. I mean, when you go and do your match, be kind to yourself. I'm not saying to give yourself a participation trophy right off the gate, but I kind of am. Just the fact that you're going to a match, you're saying, hey, I am humble enough to say I might not do well, but I'm going to go and do the damn thing, and then I'm going to learn from it. And I think that's a good lesson for civilians, Ellie and Mill, in the sense of like, hey, you are not going to be great at this. Maybe you'll be good, but how can you get better? And how can you fail safely in a controlled environment and then figure out how to get faster? Not slow down and get your hits, but get faster and also get the hits.
Nice.
So there's my 4 bullet points. Clubs. Tim asked about that. So again, right off the gate, Genesee Conservation League, which is in Penfield. On Practice Score, it is GCL. Rochester Brooks, which is in Rush, I believe is RBPS. That's their like Practice Score ticker if you search that. Our friends out in Buffalo, Western New York, Practical Pistol League, WNYPPL. Check those guys out. I'm actually shooting there this Sunday, which I'm excited about. I'll be shooting with Tim, so that'll be fun. Ontario Rod and Gun, they're out in the Hoppentown or county of Wayne. Ontario Rod and Gun, ORGC on Practice Score. And then also the homies out in the Cortland Pistol Club. They're kind of closer to the Syracuse area. Big shout out to Aaron Frost and Matt Hogue. Those are 2 guys I know personally out there. Really good dudes. And then Waterloo Pistol Club in Waterloo, New York has a bunch of IDPA matches. I have not been out there yet, but I'm told they do a good job. And sort of a segue with that, they run what's known as kind of an outlaw match. It's not sanctioned by IDPA or USPSA, but kind of what we were talking about before we got on the air. You can still run unsanctioned matches that sort of abide by rules and do it in the comforts of your backyard or in an indoor range. So that could be something that could get done with the firing pin or, you know, other outlets. So anywho, if you guys search those ranges, literally from Buffalo to Cortland, we got, 6 clubs all within an hour radius, and it's hopping. I mean, I have, my brother lives in South Carolina and Indiana. Obviously, as we know, down south, generally speaking, gun rights are not as infringed upon and more prevalent.
They're rights.
Yes, not restrictions. But we're really fortunate here in Western New York to have these 6 clubs all within an hour radius. Yeah. It's awesome.